Welcome back, everyone. This is the tropical update for Friday, August 15th. Now, we got two systems we're going to unpack for you today. This system here in the Western Gulf, we've been watching it for a couple of days now. The chances of it becoming a tropical cyclone or a named storm have diminished substantially today, but that's not the main point. The main point is it's going to spread heavy rains and the potential for flood risk into southern Texas. Some of those rains are already moving onshore over the next day or two. So if you're watching us here from southern Texas, please be on the lookout and be mindful of that flood risk. But most of you are tuning in to get the latest on now Hurricane Erin. So it's now upgraded to a hurricane, the first of the 2025 season, with max wind speeds of 75 miles per hour. And it's starting to make that northward movement that we talked about yesterday. So it's moving more west-northwest. That motion will eventually become northwest and then ultimately to the north, moving it over the far western North Atlantic over the next 5 days. Most importantly, and if I zoom in a little bit here, over Puerto Rico and the northern Leeward Islands, this track is going to allow the potential for locally gusty wind, squally type weather, and the potential for up to 6 inches of rainfall. 6 inches of rainfall, if that occurs over a short period of time, you got a really high potential for flood risk. So if you're watching us here from Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, northern Leeward Islands, you got to be mindful of the flood risk, even though the core of the hurricane will move off to the north of you over the next couple of days. Now, many of you are really interested in what's going to happen in the long term. So in the long term, so what's going to happen out at day 5. So what's going to happen here, and we really got to explain this because a lot of people don't quite understand. As the storm moves here in the Western Atlantic and strengthens potentially into a major hurricane, it's going to produce a really big wave field, so ocean waves, which is depicted in this color image here, with waves in excess of 50 feet. You heard that right, 50 feet near the core of the hurricane. But then look how large this wave field will be into early next week, basically encompassing the entire Western Atlantic. That wave energy will move towards the east coast of the United States and create a huge rip current risk for virtually everybody along the eastern seaboard, including Florida. So it's looking increasingly likely that the storm will stay offshore. So some of you might think, oh, sort of the risk is going down. And for the traditional hazards, that is in fact true. But this risk can occur under perfectly clear blue skies and is often one of the bigger killers in a hurricane. So we really have to be mindful of this. If you're going to the beach next week, you gotta be mindful of this, paying attention, swim near a lifeguard, check the local beach conditions before you go into the water. We have a new rip current risk map on Hurricanes.gov, and that's always where you can go to get more information. We'll be back with you tomorrow to provide you the latest information on this evolving rip current risk, and that's it from the Hurricane Center.